Hello and welcome to another episode of The State of Footy, the regular football show where the jokes are occasionally funny. We're in week 3 now, which I wasn't really expecting to get this far. I'm probably going to say that every week until I think of a new joke. But yeah, it's international break this week, which is quite unfortunate, unless you're a Scotland fan like myself. But yeah, basically we have a bit of club action, bit of national action we're going to get into. Quite a few interesting stories this week. I'd say like the stories portion is very much the bulk of this. So yeah, let's get right into it. Man United beat Fulham 3-1 in the quarter-final of the FA Cup at Old Trafford. Fulham won the lead at one point, but received 2 red cards, conceded 2 goals, and even had their manager sent off in a span of 256 seconds, which, funnily enough, is the record time for how long a manager has lasted at Watford. I know Watford don't really have anything to do with Fulham. Fulham are actually right at keeping managers now. I just need to find a way to address the fact that Watford have had 6 managers in the past 2 years. Barca beat Real Madrid 2-1 in El Clasico, with the only goal for Real Madrid coming from Barca's Ronald Araujo. And it just makes you think, if Barca beat Real Madrid, and Man United beat Barca, and Liverpool beat Man United, then technically... No, I'm incredibly sorry. I just keep seeing Vinicius and Benzema and Bale in my dreams every night. England got revenge on Italy for the Euro final 2-1 in Naples, actually, away from home, in which Harry Kane claimed his status as England's all-time top goal scorer. And say what you think about Harry Kane. I may have even been public in my opinion about him, and there's a mixed opinion. You can say what you want about him, but I'm going to go out and say that there's nobody more fit, more suited to be England's all-time top goal scorer than him. Because what better a player to be associated with England, to be the face of the England men's national team, than a player who is allergic to trophies. Over for some international action, and Belgium beat Sweden 3-0 away from home off the back of a Romelu Lukaku hat-trick. Zlatan Ibrahimovic was subbed on for Sweden, and the fact that he didn't headbutt Lukaku this time shows that even the players don't really give a toss about international duty. Zava would never. Liverpool's legends beat Celtic's legends 2-0 in a charity match on Sunday. Liverpool skipper Steven Gerrard scored a penalty, and after the match he actually denied any rumours of the fact he was offered a first-team position for Liverpool for the rest of the season. Scotland's women's side are set to take on Australia on Friday the 7th of April, a match in which both sides will have a player named Sam Kerr. This will come as a relief to the BBC commentators, who frequently called women's players by the wrong name during the Euros last summer. At least they'll have a better chance of being right now. It was Derby Day in the Women's Super League recently, and Arsenal beat their crosstown rival Spurs 5-1. Spurs' only goal came through a Bethany England penalty. And say what you want about Spurs, but the fact that they had the nerve to have someone with the word England on their shirt take a penalty, you gotta rate it. You gotta give it to them. Julian Nagelsmann has had quite the week recently. So basically, Bayern's tactics, which he claimed are very kind of confidential, it's not really a thing you want to get out when you're in a tight title race. You don't really want your tactics kind of out for everyone to see. They got leaked in a top German newspaper, and he was quoted saying, "Moles are an endangered species, and their search is difficult. But I don't know if that person will be able to look in the mirror every day." Calm down, mate. Like, you're literally younger than Lionel Messi. You're not really all that hard. But things went from bad to worse pretty quickly for Julian Nagelsmann. He was sacked from Bayern later that week. And also it turned out that he was dating one of the top journalists in Germany. It really makes you wonder how the tactics got leaked. I mean, wasn't sure what he was expecting there. And then to make things even worse, him and his girlfriend have since split up. And then, right when you thought he could not get any lower and he was at rock bottom, he was linked at a job at Spurs. I just hope he's okay. Just hope someone checks in on him. Staying on the topic of Spurs, because they kind of... I find a way to mention them in every video so far. Spurs manager Antonio Conte is rumoured to be sacked after his comments on the mentality of the players of his Tottenham side. Now, if I had £1 for every time a former Chelsea and Inter manager intentionally got themselves fired from Spurs, I'd only have £2. But it is kind of odd that has happened twice. Kim Kardashian, we're mentioning her again, has visited the Emirates last week, and Declan Rice had his say on the impact it had on his England teammate Bukayo Saka. Rice came out and said, "He's been on FaceTime with Kim Kardashian. He doesn't want us anymore." Not the first time Declan Rice has felt unwelcome in an international setting. Roy Hodgson has been announced manager of Crystal Palace the rest of the season, beating his 2 previous records of being the oldest Premier League manager. And it is actually the second time he's come over retirement, meaning he's the most indecisive person since Kanye West. Can I say that? Former Watford Man United goalkeeper Ben Foster also came out of retirement last week, announcing that he signed with Welsh side AFC Wrexham, and he has played with Wrexham in the past. He played with them in 2005, which means that owner Ryan Reynolds has not aged since. Rhymes manager Will Still has commented on his well-known perception after he admitted to Football Manager being one of the driving forces behind his motivation of becoming a football manager. Hence the game Football Manager. Now he manages a football team. Okay, I think you. He said in an interview, "People think I'm some spotty geek behind my computer. Don't worry, mate. You're not Jesse Marsh." I'm sorry. I just like making fun of Jesse Marsh, and it's kind of hard because he doesn't have a job right now. But then again, I'm sat here doing this, so not really one to talk, am I? Do not watch this next bit if you've not seen the new episode of Ted Lasso, Season 3, Episode 2. If you plan on seeing it and haven't seen it, then don't watch this next bit. If you haven't seen it and don't plan on seeing it, then it's up to you, really. Go by your own discretion. You can go by your own discretion anyway. I can't really tell you what to do. But yeah, spoilers for the new episode of Ted Lasso, Season 3, Episode 2. And now for the kelusport moment of the week. This was hands down the easiest moment. I mean, it's just there to see. You all know what it is. And this was Danny Rojas' last-minute equalizer for AFC Richmond. He actually scored with his face to secure a draw against Chelsea. Zava, who was rumored to have signed with Chelsea, was watching in the stadium and later announced that he was going to be signing with Richmond. A massive U-turn. And really one of those captivating transfer sagas of the decade, dare I say. Maybe even the century. Absolutely poetic story. You simply couldn't write it unless you're Jason Sudeikis. Then you literally did. So that is it. That was a bit dramatic. Didn't throw that, but was that too? Yep, that was up. Was that upside down? No, it wasn't. That is it for the State of Footy episode 3. At all of them. I recycle. Don't worry. Big ups to the environment. And yeah, I feel like this one was longer. I don't know if it is. I'm looking at recording. It's at 11 minutes. But yeah. So look at the time of the video now. And then, given we're at 11 minutes, then you'll know how many outtakes doing this takes. So yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already. At 1K subscribers, I will get the R9 trim.